to the Beacon by Soul 33 teachings for your past, present, and future. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, the 13th of March. And if you're listening to this on the app, please don't forget to share and tag and let people know that the app exists. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, the same thing, share, tag. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. The 13th of March, what do I say? So last week, gosh, that was quite an intense week. I just know from the clients that I saw, there was so much fear coming up from a conscious place and an unconscious place. From an unconscious place, I was seeing clients that were very, very blocked up and suppressed on the outside, and also as working on them, I could tell, but I knew that a lot of fear was going to be coming to the surface. Remember, don't be afraid of the fear itself. It can be destabilizing. It can be, oh, I'm getting a download in my ear right now as I'm talking about this, because they're wanting me to tell you that the fear is coming up so that you can drop your resistance and lean into the fear rather than having it as an obstacle. Last week, the Monday mantra was, it's not what I believe, it's how I believe that will pave the way. So for example, the example I'm giving you around people, clients that I was seeing that was suppressed outwardly, but I knew from, because obviously I feel everyone's energy, from the energy side of things, that a lot was going to be unleashed, even though they didn't consciously understand that. And it's because what they were believing in their brain, I'm okay. Oh no, I don't resonate with that. One of the most interesting things I hear from a client as I am speaking or talking about whatever Spirit's telling me to talk about, I hear, oh, I resonate with that. Oh, I don't resonate with that. So I understand that people are always trying to find things that they understand. But remember, when you come to someone like me, it is to listen to what Spirit is telling you as the reasons of why you are the way that you are, and the guidance in terms of what to do to be aware of it and get it out of your body. So for example, when I tell, say, a female client, which I believe I did recently, I can't remember who it was, you carry the energy of the other woman. And I think this person went, oh, but I've never had an affair or been. It doesn't matter whether you've had that experience in this lifetime. Carrying the energy of it and having had that experience in previous lifetimes is enough to cause that fear in you that nobody's going to pick me because I'm not worthy of having that person's full attention, or that I'm only second best, all of that sort of stuff. So rather than trying to resonate with it in your physical life, it's on a cellular level. So much is being healed when I say things like that, because they're like trigger points in the body. Certain points of the body are holding these traumas, holding these beliefs. So that's why it's not what you believe, because your brain can tell you all sorts of things. It's how you believe that will pave the way. So those of you with the full moon who were having, I was having crazier dreams than usual. I saw meltdowns happening from clients. I saw clients who were wanting to heal old traumas that came from lifetimes before. I saw the healers that I see in terms of clients who are healers, more power coming into them through the release of their old fears. And it was really important that we had to keep our thoughts and words kind last week. Like, we should be always like that. But I also had to find myself reading and listening to my own Monday mantra that, when people upset you, it is a trigger of the emotions that are already within you. They're not causing that emotion. So you might want to look back at last week and really look into, is what I'm believing in my mind, or is it really my intuition and instincts that know this to be true or know this to be lies? And who were you wanting to talk about last week? So you may have found yourself in situations where people annoyed you or upset you or whatever, but it was coming back to a place of not judging, okay? Because we're all mirrors of people in our lives, and with judgment we have in ourselves, we usually notice that in others, even though we may not see it in ourselves the same way. That's why other people are annoying and other people are this and other people are that. Last week was really about dropping your inhibitions. And that word is what Spirit told me really clearly when I was writing this Monday mantra. Like dropping all the pretenses, starting afresh, beliefs that lift yourself and others up. And I found that in myself, and I could see that in clients, and that full moon with the old deep healing of old criticism. Because one thing I know about Virgos, which was a full moon in Virgo, because I have so many Virgos in my life, including my partner and my mum and good friends, very, very critical of others. This is why keeping words kind and all of that would have been coming up, because you're judging another person, but also the self-criticism. I saw that coming out last week as well. So a judgment of self to fulfill a desire in our health and the rules we use to govern our life would have been coming up last week. So some sort of judgment in yourself where you're trying to fulfill something around your health, mental health, spiritual health, whatever it was. Something that you're wanting to release so that you're not having the belief system from a fear-based system anymore. As we move through the week, obstacles were starting to shift, and those of you who are having massive shifts from if you had a healing with me, or if you were just experiencing that in your own way, it's because we're being asked to get on top of things rather than pushing things back inside, because we're trying to move, and we are, especially those of you here listening, because you are already spiritually aware, towards more abundance. Abundance in all ways, financial abundance, spiritual abundance, love and abundance, everything that you're wanting. The wisdom card came up again this week, which I thought was really interesting as well, but different type of energy with the wisdom. When it came up again, I knew it was because we are constantly upgrading and changing, and it was a big upgrade and change last week. Many people are literally forgetting who they were. So when I'm clearing past lives for you, it's not that we're forgetting that person, we're resolving that. But of course, we all have amnesia when we come to Earth, most of us. Some people do remember past lives, especially children. But quite literally, I've been seeing memory issues in clients, dementia in clients, strokes even, and there may be medical issues that have caused all of that. But Ram Dass, who has now passed away, who was a psychologist and a spiritual teacher, he had a stroke, and I think I've mentioned this before, on Netflix there's a short documentary film about him after the stroke. And he's like, I wouldn't wish the stroke on anybody, because he needed help for all movement to do all the basic things. But what it has done is brought the ability to come back closer to the self without looking externally for everything. I am so different from 7 years ago, from when I started this work. Obviously, everything just accelerated so quickly for me with this work, but it's like going to a junior doctor and then seeing them later, years later, they've got more wisdom, they've got more experience, their vision and their understanding of people is clearer. I'm the same in my work. Things are different for me because I have more wisdom around the information that comes through. My senses are more attuned to everything beyond the physical. And your wisdom is clearer now than ever before, because there's huge astrological shifts occurring this month, and memories that do not serve are being forgotten, only leaving behind what will get you closer to the truth, the infinite truth, the truth of your soul, the truth of what you want. Whatever the truth is for you is the truth that you're getting closer to. So if you're someone that's holding in a lot of fear, a lot of resentment, a lot of judgment, all that stuff's going to come unfurling out of you to deal with, because those are distractions, they are clutter, they are pretenses, and it's all being dropped, leaving you only with the ability to dance in the cosmos and see the raw truth for your soul mastery, because you are the master of getting yourself to progress your soul and evolve in the way that is coming back to authentically who you are. Things have been rocked to see how you believe. Okay, so when things are being rocked in your life, it is to see how you believe. Is it pure and true belief? or a belief that gets shaken with fear the moment there is instability. So this is really an awesome thing to think about and see what triggers come up. Is that, oh, I believe that, we're going to be together forever and I don't have to worry about this and blah, blah, blah. But something comes in to make you question yourself. Fear starts to come up. So where is the belief? Is it fear-based or is it pure and true belief? New systems are forming, and knowing what to rewrite within yourself comes from your judgment of self and others. So however you're judging yourself, however you're judging others is asking you to come back to a place of compassion, but you're also knowing that that's the area of your life where you need a rewrite with your system. It's kind of like when the app constantly needs coding because phone technology is constantly changing and we have to change the system to keep up. It's the same thing that's happening to us. Do you really care about what people think of you? Because most people do. And does it come, it does come up when someone is judging you to prove your worth to them. Okay, so you will really figure out whether you care. This is because it's all coming back to the truth, being authentically you, right? And last week, the energy of what people think of you was coming up as well. What you think of others. Are you judging people based on them needing to prove something to you? Or can you see past what they do into who they really are? This judgment is also a reflection of yourself and needing to be more confident in who you are. And I've seen and heard people belittling themselves in various ways, and Spirit is asking you to forgive yourself. We all beat ourselves up from time to time, but the energy that I was feeling through last week, it's really a unworthiness. Even if people weren't thinking about it in their brain, that true belief system that needed to be changed was the belittling, saying horrible things about yourself or other people. There has been deep healing for my clients over the last few weeks with all of this March energy. And the wisdom of the story we've been telling ourselves versus the truth is what's coming up. So it's a really great time for shifting, healing, moving forward, getting rid of these obstacles. Now, don't forget, I am here for you in so many different ways. This is a great, you can get Soul Magics done anytime, but it's a great month to get that done. If you need to renew your membership for the app, we do this externally. There's a link. Save the link or ask Karen for it. This is in order for us to keep the fee for the app at a very, very affordable $60 per year so that everyone can afford to be here. Personalized meditations are a wonderful way for you to heal in your own time and really target the areas that you need, because when I work on a personalized meditation, it's like doing a session. I'm tuning in, I'm giving you what you need, and some people are up to God knows how many they've done, but there's always something that you can be working on. Mini readings, all sorts of ways, emergency sessions, ascension seeker sessions, follow-up sessions. Kieran's the person to email, soul33@gmail.com. You can also look at the website on the media page. There's lots of resources you can read and upskill your knowledge on spiritual health, and that is Soul33, www.soul33.com, so the numerals 33. So as we move into this week's energy, time is going fast, and I am trying to enjoy my time and make the days go as long as possible by really focusing on what I'm doing, being in the moment, because usually I'm always thinking ahead, like, okay, I need to get this done, whatever. But this last Sunday, I really just was present in the moment to elongate time. So as we go into this week, your Monday mantra is I change up my routine for balance. I change up my routine for balance. So this week there might be a change up of routine. So doing things the way you normally wouldn't. And so if you don't find yourself doing that, do that, because something needs to be balanced out. It's again a rewiring of belief systems. Like sometimes I will brush my teeth, especially recently, with my non-dominant hand because it requires a little bit of focus and balancing of the other side of the brain. Someone may also show us this week that they have our back and support, and you might be able to see in this person the changes they are going to help you with, to help you implement these changes in your life. So because it's a week of changing up routine, someone will come in to help you do that. It could be in a big way or a small way. Accept that help. This person may be a parent, a friend, a stranger, a colleague. You may be even tuning into a spirit guide. I know last week with a client, a spirit guide came in so strongly and literally went into my client to upgrade her spiritual abilities. It could be even your child helping you out, showing you that you're supported. But they'll appear to you almost like a hero. And it's not that we should put people on pedestals or anything like that, but or have heroes as such, because we should be all championing ourselves as heroes for ourselves. But it's kind of that energy. So it'll be really interesting to see what that means for you. I already kind of know what that means to me because I know what's happening in my week. But, what's scheduled in. Of course, the rest of it's all up a mystery. But yeah, really look at who that person would be for you that's wanting to help you make changes, bigger changes in your life. And it may not even be practical. It could be reconnecting with somebody that makes you feel a certain way. Also, because it's a week of this weird kind of polarity trying to balance things out, the opposite of this, of the support, is something to be wary of. So asking yourself, is someone pulling the wool over my eyes? If someone offers you something, it may pay to shop around unless your intuition says that this person is genuine and helping me. So I'm not saying that this is a thing to worry about. It's just we always should question sometimes if we're meeting someone new or someone saying something, whether this feels right to us. Choices will be made this week, practical or decisions on how you want to be based on the new systems we've been creating over the last few weeks, because so much fear and anxiety has been rising in people. And I never see this as a bad thing because it's there to finally process from lifetimes and lifetimes of accumulation. And as you make choices this week, you might want to take a bit of a gamble for the future. So I'm not sure how this is going to transpire in your life, but there is this feeling of taking a bit of a gamble for the future from a place of love and not fear. The energy of happiness, success, and support, it is all there for you this week. And I can feel advancements in these systems could even be technological evolution being presented to you. So see what that means when you go through this week. Communication is key as people are looking to you as some sort of leader, even in your relationships. You being the person listening to this, reading the Monday mantra, is leading the way, and you will see noble characteristics from the people around you. And this is, again, relating back to the first thing I said, is that someone will be coming in to support you. Because remember, leaders can't lead without the support of somebody or the team or the children or the family or whatever it is. Take some time to connect with nature and reconnect with the energy of the sun. It doesn't matter, I don't mean literally the sun. If you have some sun where you're living in the world, absolutely embrace the energy of the sun, but also just tune into nature, because there's some revitalization and motivation that's going to come from that, from a healing perspective. Because there is an opposing factor that will be presenting itself this week, allow that in, lean into the opposite part of your routine, because it's all actually balancing things up for the bigger picture. Look for the meaning in the opposite of what you would normally do or notice, and also look at the reflection of you in someone else that you're questioning this week. This is the risk energy you're taking, is by making choices to do some things differently. There we go. Loads to think about. I change up my routine for balance. If you need anything at all, email karensoul33@gmail.com. It helps me so much when you let other people know that this app exists, when you share, when you tag. Don't forget to pull a card every day or every week. Listen to the messages, listen to the energy forecast for your horoscopes each, once a week, reminding yourself what the bigger picture is about. Your homework is up. Your homework will be up every weekend for you to do one each day or four each day. Save your favorites, make a playlist. There's so many ways to use this app to keep progressing your soul. I am here for you. If you need any help, please don't feel alone. Invest in your spiritual journey. This is what is going to see you until the end of time, because there is no end of time when it comes to your soul, but at the end of this whole lifetime with you, at the end of it, it's your spiritual truth that is the most important thing that will see you through to understand what it was all for and where you're going, and being at peace with some of the things that life throws at you. Have a wonderful week. I'm here for you. I will be in touch. And yeah, I just feel really strongly this week is about changing up the routine, because that's going to balance things out in order for you to move forward.